Alrighty, everyone, welcome to another session with yours truly, Elwin. It is Monday, July 12th, 2021. We're in that third quarter. We're in the heat of summer, and we attacking the market like we ready for it, right? These are those good times where we got nice moves. So yeah, today we're going to talk about techniques for building patience. We'll kind of peruse the market a bit, see what's going down, and then we'll fade out for today. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we can look for setups and we can answer questions for Tuesday's Market Watch. So let's just kind of do a quick overview of what's going on in things here. We had a new moon on Saturday. So, you know, we can have some nice shifts on the market at the end of the week. We have some nice continuations into the week. And looks like we're seeing that, right? In line with how we like our moon movements to kind of show us shifts in the market. So kind of take a look at, let's pull on our moon phases. You see, looks like we do got a bit of bullish momentum into this new moon phase on AUD. Same for EU. Same for GU. Same for NU, right? Gold doing what it wants. And we saw that on our JPY pairs as well. Overall, they've been bullish, but had a nice, few months of accumulation. Looks like we shifted out the trap today, right? I actually did take this. I had a pending on this trade and it did not activate me by 1 pip. So you see accumulation, break to the low, correction on a macro. So yeah, we have kind of seen that with moon phases here. Be curious on the actual setup. Yeah, I did call these sells last week as well after this shift. So we did sell that down there. And then, Friday, like I said, we got that trap shifted away from sellers, right? Trapped them, broke the lows, nice daily structure. What I look for. So this morning we did have a pending that did not activate, unfortunately, but the premise for my setup, of course, always wait for my bullish momentum, right? So we already got that at the end of last week. So already going into the week, I know that I want to buy, but I need that pullback. And I did use a little fib here, 38, had a nice key level, 82, right? And I did put my pending literally 1 pip above 82. So if you kind of look, guess it needed a 0.5 pip to activate, right? But yeah, that is the setup. So yeah, I'm still bullish on that. So yeah, the moon kind of gave me like some nice stuff to work with, nice clear board. And for me, the way I look for my setups, I'm really reactionary. I use all my time frames, so it's very calming, right? I don't have to trip out. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into our lesson unless we had any questions. Had some morning cab. Mateo said he had some mental shift, slow down and stuff. Okay, cool. All right, let's hop over to our economic calendar. Looks like let's make sure we're only on high impact here. All right, cool. So looks like we got some odd news tonight. Inflation rates on the dollar tomorrow. More odd news tomorrow. Inflation on pound tomorrow night. More pound news. Interest rates for the yen coming out. Retail sales for the dollar on Friday. So yeah, we got like a good amount of news. I ain't really worried about it. It's just nice to take it in and trade in line with the structure. Okay. I mean, I'm usually in my moves well before these news events, regardless. Um, like to get in. I'll usually enter my trades um, like 2 a.m. Eastern, I guess it would be. And then I like my pendings, opposed to a lot of times sitting there trying to wait and catch things. But obviously it has its drawbacks, right? Like I told you, this setup, I didn't get activated yet. If I was watching live, I could have manually entered, but everything has its trade-off, okay? So speaking of everything having its trade-off, transition into our topic for today. We're going to be talking about patience, right? Patience is one of the most important things in the business. And we've had a lesson called practice patience before, but I wanted to revisit it. I was going to call it patience 2.0, but figure we call it techniques for building our patience. And guys, this business is so much patience. Like that's the part that be annoying, right? Like today when my pending didn't activate and I'm ready to kill it for the week, I have to really dig deep and say, you know what? I will just wait. Like another setup will present itself tomorrow. And it can be tough, right? You see a trade you were going to take go 100 pips in your direction and could have been in that trade, but you're not. And now you don't see any setups and you want to find one and it's late in the session and other people are getting pips and woo, 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 right? There's a number of factors that can challenge our patience. Most of them are going to be external. Most of them are going to be us comparing ourselves to others or devaluing ourselves in our own progress. So we do need to put things in perspective. We need to trust the process. Like we say, we need to be happy with our place in the world, in the trading world, in the community. Got to be okay with where we are in our level of experience. We have to be okay in how much money we're making or losing or break even in. So it's not to say that you accept that as your fate and you're not going to improve from it, but it's to say that you're not in denial, for one. You're not hating yourself, being negative to yourself, being hard on yourself. You're loving yourself in the state that you're at, and you're gracious, and you're gracious for what you have given. And why is this all important? Because this is how you get more of what you want. Okay, patience really is an alchemic practice. Patience is a practice of manifestation, okay? Because when we have these goals, these ideas, these thoughts that we want to bring into fruition, to bring into this realm of reality, we have to use our thoughts, we have to use our intentions, we have to use action, we have to take action, we have to have a strategy, right? Trading strategy, business strategy, whatever it may be. But we have to have patience in the process, okay? We have to allow things to happen. And when we don't ease up, when we don't take ourselves out of the equation and let the process take place, we stop it from taking place, right? So let's think practically in your trading. If you just continuously nitpick at your trading, if you continuously watch the trade as it goes, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do, right? You're going to sit there and sit through ups and downs, sideways action, and then you might even sabotage your trade. But you step away, you let go, you let God or universe, whatever you want to call it, this stuff happen. Either you're going to get stopped out or your trade going to go in profit. And I'm not saying just blindly let stuff happen. You need to learn, we all need to master the craft of manifestation, whether it's in one trade outcome, an account outcome, building our fortunes, building our brands, building our empires, our legacies. We have to understand the process. So we first need to, of course, understand the rules of the reality that we live in. So I've gone over Hermetic principles, rules and laws of nature, how the human mind works. But let's let's take it a step lower. Let's go in even closer in the multifractal we call success, right? Now let's go ahead and look at things on a quantum level. All right, anyone familiar with the quantum Zeno effect? Anyone ever heard of the quantum Zeno effect? Let me know in the chat. Let's see if anyone's hip to it. Quantum entanglement? No, you're on the right track though. It is quantum entanglement. All right, so let me just, I looked it up. Please, I can get a recorded copy. You get a recording if you're in the academy or if you're in my teachable program. But this class is just kind of just open to the public, but the recordings aren't. All right, so the quantum Zeno effect is a feature of quantum mechanical systems allowing a particle's time evolution to be arrested by measuring it frequently enough with respect to some chosen setting. All right, let me repeat it. The quantum Zeno effect is a feature of quantum mechanical systems allowing a particle's time evolution to be arrested by measuring it frequently enough with respect to some chosen measurement setting. So what does this mean? This means the more, when you observe something, when you stare at something, it actually freezes it on a quantum level. We're able to suspend time. We're able to stop particles from moving. And we've seen experiments in science. There's an experiment called the double slit experiment in quantum physics that shows us that wherever, all right, so in the experiment, they shoot particles through a like a photon barrier. I forget the term. And essentially what they determined was wherever the observer, the human, us, consciousness, focused, that's where the particle would go. So what that taught us is that on a quantum level, our observation actually plays a part on the outcome. It uncovers the outcome. So what do we say on a practical level with this information? We need to visualize, use things like visualization, right? To be seeing ourselves winning, to be seeing our trades hit, to be seeing our accounts grow. We need to feel that. That's one, but also on a trade by trade, day by day basis, we need to be aware of this and incorporate it in our trading plan, our trading system. So that's part of patience, knowing when to step away, knowing when to leave your trade alone, knowing when to set and forget. Okay, so it's not just as easy as I'm setting and forgetting because I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to deal with the stress. You're setting and forgetting because your ass just set a spell. You just did some magic on the market. You just did your craft, your art, right? Your manifestation techniques. And now you gotta let it do its thing. You gotta let it marinate. And it can't marinate what you watching. How many of y'all heard about, all right, how many of y'all have ever boiled water? Anybody in here ever boil water, make you some oodles and noodles, make you some tea? I know I'm not the only one that boil water. Or we got machines that do that for us, and we got maids that do that for us. I guess only Mike boil water, huh? All right, Mike, I think you're the only one that boil water, bro. So I would just talk to you. Have you, what are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? You did once. Y'all, wow, man. All right, so have you ever stared at water and as you heated it up and then stared at it long enough and you see it boil? Have you ever been able to stare at water and see it boil? Anybody? You ever stare at your water? You did? Little bubbles forming. Okay. All right. Because the saying goes, you can't boil. If you watch water, it's not going to boil. You got to go away. But I guess y'all are debunking it. Okay. But yeah, just little things like that. Y'all have heard the saying, if you watch boil water, it won't boil. Just things like that, guys. And I wanted to really just show y'all that this is a quantum thing. And once you figure it out, once you crack it, once you kind of find your way as a creator, as an alchemist, you can make your routine where you do this regularly. And it needs to be regularly, like with your trading setup. Like I follow my whole trading plan. The set and forget should actually be, or let go and let God. I kind of say set and forget and let go and let God, or surrender, is all the same thing, because it's that moment where you realize certain things are out of your control. And the way that the way that you just let go, you can allow things to manifest, right? Mike says, I heard if you watch it, it will take longer. Something to do with how the brain perceives time. Yes, something to do with how the brain perceives time. But see, what I was showing was, it's also how the brain, how your focus can suspend particles from actually, taking their course of action, right? Um, so, so yes, time is suspended internally in the self, because everything is coming from within. But that internal world is being placed on the outside world too, because it's not just you that's gonna not see the water boil. It will be, someone else. It will be in this reality, I say. Yep. So let's keep it moving. I didn't plan on getting so quantum mechanical. Ian says, where we put our consciousness, we create. Yep. So just be careful what you're creating out there, okay? All right, so through it all, you got to keep that patience, and that patience is going to be the most important thing as a trader, like I was saying. So once you realize the process of things, how things uncover, unfold, manifest, you could be more cool with being cool, calm, and collective. But you're still gonna be like, man, I missed this setup today. I gotta wait. And that's where you just gotta be okay with it within self, and kind of shift your perception of time. Um, like Mike was saying. All right. So any techniques, any tips, this is what I wanted to open up to y'all. Any advice y'all recommend for other people for maintaining focus and patience, I should say? Anything you do when you get impatient, that's kind of helped you through your journey, maybe when you want to overtrade, or when you want to keep looking at your trade? Go ahead and type it in the chat, or raise your hand if you want to be unmuted and speak to the class. Let's get it. All right, not all at once. Okay, so Edgar says that he'll try to take a trade before you do your chores if you can, then go do your chores and forget about the trade. Yep, yep. That was something on my list. Step away, distract yourself with another activity. Perfect. Look at other pairs. Yeah, you can definitely do that. But I'll say, if you're being impatient in your trading altogether, step away. But if you're just impatient on one specific setup playing out, yeah, you can go ahead and explore the market. Mike V says, timing trading practices. I used to stare at charts for 10 hours a day and got bored and tired and missed trades because I walked away. Yeah, yeah. And part of it, Mike, is that you just gotta be okay with missing trades. And that's just part of it. Like, until you're okay with missing trades, you're constantly gonna be in a state of impatience and trying to catch the next trade and worried about what you're missing. But one of those virtues you develop over time is knowing that there's always another trade. There's always another trade. Market is going to move. You focus on being able to trade it whatever way it moves, and you're good, right? So yeah. timing trading practices. Yeah, there's no reason to stare at the charts for 10 hours. There are certain occasions. Sometimes I just go crazy during a week and I'm just obsessing and studying. And it's usually when I'm developing my system or refining my system, and there's just a lot of work to be done, right? A lot of back testing, a lot of live testing. So those times I might be staring at my charts just way too much, but I'm being patient because I'm not actually necessarily trying to trade that. I'm more so am just getting the work done that I know needs to be done for me to get my trading where it needs to be, right? So 10 hours in the gym is different than trying to play one game for 10 hours, I guess. I don't know, but there's nothing wrong putting in that work. Just separate the practice, the preparation work from when you're actually live in this game time, because there is a difference. Josue says, forget about it. Yeah, forget about it is the simplest way. It's just let it go. And it's so simple, right? It's the most simple thing you can say, forget about it. And that's what we're saying. Let go, let God, have faith, because we know how faith works. Faith is gonna bring whatever you want into reality as a tangible thing, but it takes a lot of faith. So what is faith? Faith is that belief in what you cannot see. Faith is knowing that you're a great trader, that you're a millionaire trader, even if your reality doesn't reflect that in the current state. But that faith, that knowing, that taking that proper action, letting go, forgetting about it, all of that gonna help you get there. So Mike V says, so now I time myself specific times for looking and then walking away. Yes, sir. And that's why I like my pendings, because I don't even gotta watch no more. I can look on Friday, wait for Sunday open, set my stuff, and kind of check back in to see if like maybe a high or low was broken, and then it invalidates my pending or whatever it may be. All right. Cap says meditate always. Leave my list alone because y'all got it all covered. Meditation gonna help you disconnect from the outcome, disconnect from the circumstances. And when you do that, you let things happen. You let things take place, okay? You don't want to be overwatering the flower because you're going to drown it and it's going to die. You got to tend to it properly. Then you let it get its sunlight. Then you leave it alone. Let it grow. Let it do its thing. If y'all ever grown a plant, okay? You're not going to sit and watch the plant grow. That shit doesn't work like that. You water it, you feed it, you nourish it, it grows. You come check on it, you give it what it needs, you tend to it, you build on it. Maybe it dies and you start over, but there's that part where you gotta stop observing it and feed that patience. Josue, I know you love growing plants, brother. Let's go. It does, brother. I've been growing my plants and I'm definitely learning. That's why the analogy came up right now. So cool. Lastly, a few more points, guys. Solfeggio frequency sounds. Edgar suggested listening to solfeggio frequency sounds. Okay. I gotta look that up. I heard of it. I think that's like if you want to go more into it. But that's like the miracle stuff you can manifest with those sounds. Right. So yeah, just make sure you're if you guys do get impatient, like don't beat up on yourself. More so just like use that time to learn, because like I get impatient a lot of times, and it's just a lot of times it's just anxiety and anxiousness. So it could come from like me being like comparing myself or hating on people, just feeling like out of control, powerless, just whatever it may be. I don't know what may be the root cause of mine or yours at that time, but just reflect on it. Like, this is how you correct your behavior. So like, start to notice your triggers when you're impatient. Like me, I would be picking my head, get sweaty, heartbeat fast, like struggle to breathe, like I'm holding my breath. And these are our vitals, our metrics for knowing how our human vehicle is doing. So you got to check in, right? Like if you got a car, you check that motherfucker overheating, it got enough gas, got enough fluid, all of that stuff, oil. So like your body is the same, like it's like your car. So you got to check the heart rate, uh, check your breath, your breathing patterns, all of these things, your aura. You got to check in to know how your vehicle is doing so you can operate it correctly. And that's why I'm always big on the breath work. It's so vital. It's like it's our driving force, right? It's like gas for the car, right? The car need oil and other things, but that car not gonna move without gas. And yeah, we need food and water and you know sunlight and all that, but more importantly, we need oxygen over anything. The breath is where the internal world comes into the outer world. And if you want to think of it like, what will you die first from? No water, no sun, no food, or no air, right? Think about that. So that's what, just remember breath is important. And then when you're doing that, just try to focus on what you can control, right? You can control your actions. And then you let go of what you can't control. Boom. And then just, coming from that place of abundance and just see things half full, not half empty. Come from abundance, not scarcity. And I'm not going to go in depth on that because we talk about it a lot, but this is like in terms of when you're impatient, just tell yourself like this is abundant. Setups are abundant. I have time. I don't have to rush this process. I'm gonna be successful. And then the rest, you just, like I said, faith and surrendering, right? And then you essentially accept what you cannot change. Sound like a rehab or something, but that is the dang on truth. Just accept what you cannot change. All right. And lastly, I had like a few apps that I was gonna check out. Yeah, I'll type them out because these are supposed to be all. I wanted to leave y'all with something. Let me just finish reading the questions. I mean the chat. So Edgar was saying those are different frequencies for different benefits. Josue said the stuff I started to practice because Forex is now affecting other areas of my life for the better. Meditation, being in control of your emotions, right? And then Mateo says get regular sleep, work out regularly. Josue said it's amazing, bro. He's blessed, thankful for everything he's learned from us. Still learning every day, which is the best part. Yep, bro, I'm still learning every day, which is the best part. So I'm with you there. So we're gonna get up out of here, guys. But I did go check out these apps if y'all interested. One is called Headspace. Smile and Mind is another. Personal Zen. Let's go beta test these apps. Calm app, we know about that. And then Happify. So why don't we kind of do a little group activity and we check these apps out. I already got the Calm app, but I'm gonna check out these other ones and we're gonna check in on Monday, see if any of these helped us, anybody recommends something. Of course, we can maybe talk about like what you got to pay for, what's free, etc. But let's just build, right? We're building techniques to assist with our patients. So nothing like some cool ass app to help us. All right. So we'll end it there. And tomorrow we'll be back to check out the market. Peace out, everyone. Same to you, brother Josue. I'm going to send you some pictures. I might need a little advice I got with my grow over here. Okay. All right. Peace out. Thanks, Mateo, for tuning in. Thanks, Edgar.